If you thought Kaiji was already in trouble, just wait until episode 6. Kaiji, ultimate survivor, turns up the tension with brutal betrayals, mind-blowing psychological warfare, and a gamble so intense it'll make your heart race. This is the turning point, where Kaiji's survival instincts, quick thinking, and reckless gambling addiction collide in spectacular fashion. At this point in the series, Kaiji has already been dragged into the underground world of high-stakes gambling, forced to participate in the restricted rock-paper-scissors tournament aboard the Espore, a ship where debt-ridden men bet everything for a slim chance at freedom. But things have spiraled out of control. Kaiji has almost no stars left, meaning he's dangerously close to losing the game and being sent to the most horrifying fate imaginable, a life of unpaid, crushing debt. But he's not giving up yet. As the episode begins, Kaiji finds himself at the bottom of the food chain. Most players have either secured their stars or been eliminated, leaving Kaiji with almost no one left to challenge. He's broke, exhausted, and desperate. But there's one last glimmer of hope: the group of manipulators led by Kitami. Kitami and his lackeys have gathered a huge stockpile of stars and cards, essentially controlling the final rounds of the game. Kaiji knows this is his last shot. If he doesn't act now, he's finished. Kaiji's strength has never been in brute force. It's in his ability to outthink his enemies, even when all odds are stacked against him. Kitami's group has complete dominance over the game, but Kaiji has something they don't: a willingness to take the ultimate risk. Kaiji realizes that Kitami's team relies on intimidation and control rather than actual strategy. They manipulate weaker players into following their rules. So, Kaiji plays the fool, pretending to be desperate and foolish while secretly observing every move they make. With no cards and no leverage, Kaiji makes a reckless move. He bets everything on one final challenge against Kitami's group. The tension is unbearable as Kaiji faces off in a final rock-paper-scissors match that will determine his fate. This isn't just a simple game anymore. It's a battle of psychology, bluffing, and manipulation. The entire room watches in suspense as Kaiji puts everything on the line. Kaiji knows that Kitami's group assumes he's out of options, so he takes advantage of their overconfidence. He forces them into a situation where they must choose between taking his bait or losing control of the game. And then, boom, Kaiji pulls off the most unexpected, nerve-wracking move of the series so far. Kaiji's gamble works, but just barely. He manages to escape elimination, but at what cost? He's battered, mentally exhausted, and dangerously close to the edge. But this victory marks the moment Kaiji begins to turn the tide. The episode ends on a brutal cliffhanger, reminding us that in Kaiji, the difference between victory and absolute despair is razor-thin. Episode 6 isn't just about gambling. It's a masterclass in psychological warfare and survival. It showcases the ruthlessness of human nature, the power of desperation, and Kaiji's evolution from an unlucky gambler to a cunning strategist. If you're new to Kaiji, this episode perfectly captures everything that makes the series a must-watch. If you're already a fan, you know, this is just the beginning of Kaiji's insane journey. So, whether you're a longtime fan of Kaiji or new to the series, Episode 6 is a brilliant mix of suspense, strategy, and psychological tension that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Would you trust your own instincts in a life-or-death gamble? Let us know in the comments.